The electric type week bundles are announced, and we are going to take a look at whether there's any good value bundles or items to get from this event. Welcome back to another Pokemon Sleep video, it's Bro Vinny here. Now before we start the video today, a shout out to NerfArt for being my first ever YouTube member. And you too can become a member by clicking the join button after you have subscribed, which will in turn help support my content creation. But more importantly, you get to use mad emojis like these. Now the electric type week bundles are available from the start of the event week. And while giving Pokemon incense is nothing new, some of these are new incenses. So Pichu, Mareep, and Dedenne are available via these bundles. And for the first time ever, they've actually included an evolutionary item inside a value bundle. In fact, Value Bundle M has both Eevee Incense and Thunderstone, and they're suggesting that, well, this combination is good for evolving Jolteon. Whether you should actually evolve into a Jolteon is another question. So I will probably at some point go through Extra Helpful as a main skill in depth. But for those of you who are wondering what most people think about the Extra Helpful S main skill, I've actually asked this question as a survey on my Discord. I asked people who have invested in Arcanine, Jolteon, or Gallade what they thought, in their personal opinion, how good Extra Helpful is. Is it yes, it's very good, it's even better than most other main skills? Or does it just have a lot of potential but not quite ready to be put on any team? Or does it need a huge buff to be actually worth it? And then for the special people who use it in a way to stack their berries so that they get more berries to boost the start of next week, I've also included that as an option. And if you don't know what I'm talking about in terms of stacking berries into the next week, this video will demonstrate what I mean. This is from an ex-user called Hyper Sleepy. I'm fairly certain that's there's a Japanese user. Look at the amount of berries that come from these Walreins, and look at this last one. Look how many berries are stacked into this Walrein. That's crazy. How does this happen? Well, that's just from overstacking using Extra Helpful from a Gallade or an Arcanine or something like that. And you can see that right at the start of the week, you can give Snorlax like 500 berries or even more depending on how much you stack. So basically you take the berries away from one week and push it all to the start of the next week. And it's almost always good to power up your Snorlax more at the start of the week because the benefits will roll over to the next 7 days. So in most circumstances, Extra Helpful doesn't tend to be that useful. But in situations like these, it is absolutely nuts. So as you can see, most people who do use the Extra Helpful sub-skill, most people voted for it has potential, but it doesn't feel like it's better than some of the other better main skills like Energy for Everyone Healer. Now let's take a look at what items are in the 3 bundles. We get Poke Biscuits, Pichu Incense for the Bundle S. Now for the people who are still hunting for an ideal Pichu or Pikachu, this bundle could be of a higher value to you than how I valued it. I usually just value incense as candies because, for example, Pichu is a fairly common spawn. So there's no reason why you have to waste diamonds to get an incense to get a good Pichu. And the same goes for Eevee Incense. And for the first time ever, we get an evolutionary item in one of the value bundles. And also making its debut this next week, Dedenne will also be appearing in an incense. So if you're a whale, you want to catch that Dedenne early, even though we don't really have a good grasp of how good that main skill is yet, then maybe the L bundle is for you, just for that early access to Dedenne. So how did I value the items this time? As usual, I try to keep it consistent between all my valuations so you can compare across different bundles from the past. So for Bundle S, we get a 25% discount, which is one of the lower end discounts that we've had so far, but Pichu or Raichu is a good Pokemon, is a high tier berry specialist. So if you're hunting for one and you need one for the electric event, it's a good idea to get this Pichu Incense anyway, or just try and hunt Pichu Pikachu in their respective areas, so Silent Beach or Lakeside or at Greengrass Isle, but not at Taupe Hollow or Snowdrop Tundra if you're hunting Pikachu. But if you're not after catching a Pichu and the candies don't matter to you that much, then this is a very low value bundle. I would not get this one. Now regarding Thunderstone, yes, it's the first time that we've had access to evolutionary items via in-game value bundle, but Thunderstone is one of the evolutionary items where you get 2 of them as free to play. One you can get via your sleep style dex goals, so once you've reached 110 you'll get one for free. The other is once you've raised 10 Pokemon to level 45, you will get a Thunderstone as well. Compared to other evolutionary items, which the game tends to only give you one off as free to play via achievements, you really have to question whether you actually need a 3rd Thunderstone. And yes, there are 3 Pokemon that can use the Thunderstone for evolution, and they are Magneton, Pikachu, and Jolteon. So if you do think that you'll one day invest in all 3 of these Pokemon, then maybe it is worth getting that Thunderstone. But if you're not really after that Jolteon main skill, maybe you never really needed 3 Thunderstones, so then maybe you wouldn't get that M bundle. But regardless, if we look at the Thunderstone in terms of the sleep points to diamond conversion is worth about 350 diamonds, or 1400 sleep points using a 4-to-1 conversion, and I explained it in the footnote down here. I consistently use a 4-to-1 conversion in all my videos. So if you don't agree with me what the diamond value is, it doesn't matter. This is just to keep it consistent between all my videos. Then the Bundle M has the best value at a 39% discount. As for the Bundle L, the main advantage is being able to get Dedenne early. So for the people who are not thinking of going to an area that has Dedenne, so that would be either Lakeside or Greengrass during this event, then you might want to value Dedenne a little bit more. But if you do encounter it, just be aware, the reason why I've only counted it as candies, so 31 diamonds value, is because, well, Dedenne is a single stage evolution Pokemon, so just like Absol and Heracross, it's expected to have 16 friendship bars to fill. So even if it had a hungry status, you may not catch it the first time you see it. And if you can't catch it, then it's really just valued as the candies it provides as a sleep style. So basically, there are no crazy deals during this event. You might decide to buy one of these bundles based on exclusivity of some of these items. As for myself, I probably would get the Thunderstone just to save myself having to spend 1400 sleep points in the future if I ever need it again. Let me know in the comments section below which bundle you're going to buy, if any at all, and good luck to your event week.